Now, my final question for you. It does seem, Fabi, that we're going to see Magnus versus Hans. So this is a pure chess question. How do you see the odds play in September?
Yeah, okay, before that, I just want to mention something Hikaru said. So just one,
Oh, okay,
like, it
okay.
seems there's some kind of um idea that I knew, and Nepomniachtchi as well, knew about Hans beforehand, and that, like, I was talking to Magnus or to Hikaru about it, which never happened before the Sinfield Cup. I really did not talk to anyone except the two people I mentioned, and even that they were just telling me something I wasn't, because I didn't have any knowledge or real opinion about it. So everything before Single Cup, I had no idea and didn't say anything to anyone about Hans. And everything after Single Cup is kind of history, right? So we know everything that happened after that,
Yes.
which is that there was a lot of talk between a lot of people, which included Hikaru, probably Magnus as well, and a lot of other people.
I can tell
But
as much because I don't think, and we more or less talk about a lot of things, but I don't think you ever mentioned Hans before this incident at the Central Cup.
yeah, there's
To
been
me,
cheating
at
that I'm
least.
suspicious about, or like player that I've been suspicious about, but never made public because I never spoke about it publicly. I think it's maybe better to, like, if you really think someone is, especially at an over the board event, like, very important, I think, to speak to organizers rather than to just like to the void of the internet where you don't know where your comments go. Um, but yeah, about Hans, like, we never spoke. I just, it was not a thing. I was very surprised by the whole thing. Like, I mean, in hindsight, of course, there was a lot of talk about him, but it didn't somehow reach me too much, except for the two things that the two people who came to me, and those two people were not like in the internet chess scene so much. It was like from unexpected places that I heard this. So I didn't even take it like super seriously. It wasn't like I heard it from chess.com. I just heard it from like a very random source. And it wasn't even like he was Kachi. He was just, what do you think about him? Like, is he suspicious? And so that's just a small comment about what I think Hikaru might have said. And about Magnus's chances against Hans, I think it's overwhelming for Magnus. Hans has played very well, but I would view Magnus still as a heavy favorite. I think I gave Magnus 90% against Arjun, 85 to 90. I would estimate it higher against Hans, like 95.
Okay,
Maybe people will get upset at
that's
that
fair.
estimate, but I don't think it's unreasonable. I mean, uh, like, to me, Hans is a good player, but he's not at Magnus's level. And even though he was able to beat Wesley and Maxime,
And
they
Anish,
played very inconsistently. Yeah, Anish, but in a different format. I'm just talking about this format.
yes.
They played very inconsistently. Like, there was a lot of bad decisions, tilt, a lot of things that they could have done better. And I don't think Magnus will make those mistakes. He just has to outplay Magnus in every single game for an entire match. I don't see that happening. 5%, max 10%.
I
That
tend to
10% seems like it's pushing it.
I tend to agree with that. I would actually give him a little bit better odds than what I would have given Arjun. So I would go at around 10 to 15%.
Why
Um,
though? Why? I'm just curious. Why?
I just think that he probably has more experience, Hans that is, compared to Arjun in online chess. I think he feels
Wait,
better.
but okay. So first of all, just about Blitz chess. Blitz chess. Arjun is a more successful player in Blitz.
Oh, for sure. Over the board, yes. I just think that they're not going to play over the board. They're playing
No, I know.
online.
So online chess, Arjun
Yes.
is a successful Title Tuesday player. Hans is also decent, but I don't think that he has had as many good finishes as Arjun, right?
Perhaps that is the case. I don't know. Maybe I'm having recency bias in that regard, but I just feel like at least shape wise right now, it feels like Hans is in better shape and has more confidence, and I think this seems to be helping him a lot. And he's
I don't
mentioned
know. I mean,
this
Arjun
as
is
well.
significantly higher in classical. He's significantly higher in blitz.
Oh, I'm not saying he's a better player than Arjun.
Higher rated in bullet.
No,
Like,
no,
I'm just
I'm,
looking at
I'm
the
definitely
numbers.
not saying he's a better player than Arjun. I think he's
So,
just
like, why would we? why would we estimate someone's chances higher if they're a worse player?
I mean, I just think that given his recent form, and his confidence, and perhaps factors such as the pressure that I'm sure Magnus will feel. I think Magnus is going to feel a lot of pressure in this match. All of those combined, and perhaps I will be able to think of more factors in the future, but all of those combined for the moment, I would give him a slightly higher chance than Arjun, which is not to say that he has a huge chance. 10 to
I
15% is not
mean,
a lot.
Hans will also feel pressure, I think, no? I mean,
He doesn't
he's
have
playing,
anything to lose. I don't think he
but,
has much to
but
lose.
he kind of does. I mean, like normally he doesn't, but because he is so invested and he speaks so much about it and he wants to win so much, and also because he kind of says like, I'm going to beat these people over the chessboard, these people who are working against me, and number one on that list is Magnus.
But he has the
That
time. That's the thing. Hans has the time. He's only 21 years of age. If he loses this time, he's going to be like, okay, I'm going to, the next time he plays against Magnus, he's going to say the same type of things, right? So he has plenty of time
but I
to
think
try to
if
improve.
like you win by the other person retiring, then it's like okay, I'm 21 and you're 33, so yeah, I'll just wait. I'll just
No,
wait.
I mean he's going to have
But
a lot of opportunities, and I think
no,
he
I agree
also
with that.
mentioned this at the beginning of his interview with Dania. And he says that despite his confidence, he didn't have a lot of experience in this Speed Chess Championship format, 5-3 and 1 in a single match, and he did perhaps he wasn't objectively the favorite to win all these matches. So it does
No,
seem
he
like
wasn't.
he's
He
able
was
to
an underdog.
balance. Not
Yeah.
sure. Smart Chess was giving him, which is Chess.com's prediction model, they were giving him as the favorite against Wesley, which was a bit strange.
Like
It was a
absolutely
bit
fine,
strange.
but I guess the smarter chess is like some
It was a bit strange.
absolutely fine AI just because the numbers are, of course, like Wesley's. I mean, normally if you go by the numbers, then it does predict with decent accuracy. Um, but yeah, that's true. I think it was like 54-46
Mm-hmm,
for
mm-hmm.
Hobbs against Wesley, and
That was a
Wesley
bit
is.
shocking. I'll give you
I was
that.
also surprised. Yeah. But I guess their AI is very sophisticated. I mean, it figured out somehow that Hobbs was like I would have never estimated. I would have said 65-35. 70-30 for, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Like maybe Magnus is not a 90% favorite, um, but I
No,
look at the numbers.
I would say he's an 85 to 90% favorite going into his match against Magnus. Oh, against Hans.
Like it is also true that online chess is different than over the board chess. Like
Way different.
there are differences. I mean,
Way
I
different.
can feel it when I play. It's uh, there's differences in terms of visualization and so on. Like it does feel different when I play. I feel more confident over the board. That being said, I still think that it mostly is similar. Like there's differences, but it's mostly similar. And um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. The interesting thing is that there's also two matches, regardless of the result. Everyone will play two matches.
There's going to be a third place match. Yes.
Yeah. So Hans will play either Hikaru or Alireza, depending on what happens in both matches. He could play them in the finals. He could play them in the third place match. But I would suspect that he will play them in the third place match. And I think the Hikaru against Alireza match is a much closer affair, where Hikaru probably takes 55-45 edge, about as small an edge as you can give him. That's my estimate.
Yeah, yeah. No, for that one, I'm right there with you. I think 55-45 is probably the right estimate. Ali Reza did defeat him twice, back to back, in recent times, and that was not the Speed Chess Championship format, but something similar, also Speed Chess. But it's not going to be easy. And by the way, Hikaru did mention this regarding Ali Reza. He said that he's probably one of the two players that he feels he's very similar in strength when it comes to bullet. Like he doesn't feel he has a huge edge when it comes to bullet.
I
Um,
think this like Hikaru talks about this bullet like it's bullet, but it's different.
it's one plus
It's
one.
a
Yes.
yeah. It's like look if I play Hikaru in 1-0, if I play Alireza in 1-0, I understand what the result is. It's going to be. It's not going to be good. And in 1-1, they're obviously favorites, but it's
Yes.
still different. It's like you have a chance with the 1 second increment. Like if I played Danya, who in 1-0 he would destroy me. Like I have no illusions. He would absolutely just crush me. But in 1-1, I think I should be a small favorite against Danya. Um, Choosing him as like one of those guys who's a very, very good blitz bullet player, but he really specializes at no increment. And that's why I think the increment changes things massively. So I don't know. Like I don't see Alireza and Hikaru as uh, I like yeah, they're really good. That's true. But as head and shoulders above other people, like I think a guy like Maxime, a guy like Duda can compete at 1+1 against them. Anyway, that's just my opinion.
Cool. All right. Perfect. I think we more or less covered everything. Once again, guys, let us know in the comments below what you think of this whole situation and what is your anticipation for September. What do you think is going to happen in that match between Magnus and Hans? But before that, Fabi, I think it's time for you to play some blitz over the board, some rapid over the board as well. The St. Louis Rapid Blitz is starting. Hikaru is going to be one of the wild cards, so there's going to be some exciting clashes in that one. I will be in St. Louis tomorrow to do the commentary. Maybe we'll meet in the interviewing booth as well, Fabi. But yeah, looking forward to see you tomorrow. Good luck tomorrow, and I'll catch you on the next few days.
All right, sounds good.
Cheers, guys. Have a good one. Bye, bye, bye.